Okay, hello. Welcome to Brian's Talent Show. It is my pleasure to be speaking to you through time via video recording. For those of you who do not know me, I am Tom. I am known that way, and I had meant to attend in person. In fact, I had told everybody that I was coming, and yet some of you may have noticed that I am not amongst you. I have in fact skived from not one, not two, but 3 talent shows now. This has occurred because I did not read my calendar properly, despite being given months to check it. I have no one to blame but myself. However, even from afar, ye shall not escape from the clutches of my clutches. Such is the muchness of my muchness. For your consideration this afternoon, I have a poem. Ahem. Adjusting teleprompter. Hi there. My name is Mark, but I'm hardly remarkable. I'm somewhere near the bottom of the sea if we were to get hierarchical. Perhaps I lack self-esteem because all my life I've never dared to dream. I mean, I never learnt to ride a bike. I never tried. I never learnt to swim because I was sure that I would drown. I put plans off and I put myself down. My life has been grey, it's always mundane. My life has been stale and tired and plain. I've never risked heartbreak or any kind of pain, and you know what they say? They say no pain, no gain, and so there's no way anything remarkable would ever happen to this Mark. Is what I thought! Until the other day when I had a chance encounter with a shark. Now this is a true story. Something that really just happened out in the street. I wasn't under the influence or even under the sea. One moment I was walking, minding my own business, and a stranger, he passed me by, and I looked up briefly and I mumbled, hi. And then you can probably imagine my surprise. I mean, I couldn't believe it either. I couldn't believe my eyes, and I couldn't fathom an answer or give a reason why. But while I was returning my trolley in Morrison's car park, there it was. A walking, talking, great white shark. I mean, I'm stunned. I do not know what to say, and so I feel rude, and so I tell the shark my name. Hi there, Mr. Shark, my name is Mark. I've never met a shark before. And I didn't realise that you could walk, or that you went shopping, or that you could even talk. Now the shark regards me with an understanding smile, and he says, "Don't worry, mate, I get it, it's fine. I'm delighted to meet you, Mark. And you seem like quite a guy, and I'd love to answer your question, if you'll allow me some time." Firstly, what you say is true. Not all sharks can walk like this. It takes a great deal of dedication, training, practice. You see, seeing what was beyond the surface of the sea was always my dream. I dreamed I'd see things I never got to see in the sea, and so I believed that if I never gave up or out or in, that I'd make it up and out and into a whole new world of whole new things. Things I never knew. I knew life was more than just the seafloor, and walking was my way of walking out the door. In shark school I got bullied by my shark friends. They said I was shark different, that I'd meet a shark end. Now while I wasn't the shark's tool in the shed, I never gave up. I stayed optimistic. If I worked my sharkest, then I'd make a shark difference. So I hit the shark book, studied the study of linguistics, which wasn't much good for speaking to fish, but it did help me learn English. And I took it day by day and step by step, and by the by I got by, and now I can buy fish fingers. I never really realised that fish had fingers, and now I can eat them for my dinner. Honestly, it is on days like this I feel like such a winner. I'm so glad I had sharks in my life who believed in me. Sharks who would listen. Sharks who really took the time to see. They never knew it, but it was them who kept me going. And just knowing that a shark can have that kind of power, that every hour they can build someone up or tear them to shreds with the words that they say. Day to day it both frightens and inspires me. I don't know really how to say this, or if it might be kind of dumb, but I want to be that kind of shark for someone. And then the shark looks at me. Tears forming in his eyes, and I'm shook and I'm hooked, and I can't hide looking surprised. And then we talk and I talk, and time just seems to fly and pass away, and I talk about the things I do and don't do every single day, and every single day it's starting to seem the same. And I tell him some nights, I look out at the silent city lights and I can see the rest of my life. I can see the rest of my life, and it's something that makes me want to hide. And I tell him that I am not interested in my own future, but I'm scared that I must be stupid or I'll stay stuck stubborn in the sickly stupor, and I tell him about all the little voices that whisper whispers, which is why I worry I'll wind up worthless like an unfinished picture. And that if only something had clicked, or if only been more strict, or only I hadn't flickered like a candle when it came to anything I couldn't handle, man, all the things that I would have and should have and could have been, and now all of that is just a dream. And the shark just nods. He does not change the subject, he does not interject or object or give me a lecture. He doesn't correct or reject me, he doesn't deflect or neglect me, he just listens and lets me connect the dots. And then he lets me find my own words in my own time, and then he lets me finish. And then he told me this. He says, I don't know what it's like in your shoes, Mark. Because, well, I've never worn shoes, because I am a shark. And it could be that I will never fully know you and who you might have been. You see, we grew up in worlds apart, and I've only ever been me. I grew up as a shark down at the bottom of the sea, and so I won't claim to know what it is that you were going through, what it is to be a man, what it is to live on land, but I believe in you, and I consider you my friend, and since you are my friend, I want you to persevere to the end. And Mark, I'm not going to sugarcoat or pretend. There are some things in life that feel impossible to mend, but while I don't have hands, I'll always lend a flipper. I'll keep an open door, I mean that is what friends are for. I'll wait for you in rainy weather, I'll wait while you get your wits together. So Mark, please don't waste yourself away, and don't be wasting the day like today. Don't waste your time, or else I'll be forced to say, I'll remark, Mark mate, you are altogether remarkable. Through and through, altogether remarkable. Through and through, altogether remarkable. And you've been given a spark. Let's call it a Mark spark. And that spark of Mark, it's the most precious thing. It's the most precious thing, this Mark spark. It's like your beating heart. It's more beautiful than art. It's the thing that makes you Mark. And it's not just you. Everyone has one. I have one too, Mark. I have a spark. I call it my shark spark. And with all my might, I hold on tight, because a shark needs a spark when it's swimming in dark water, and when caught in the nets, a spark can get you through the slaughter. It's not a luxury topic for armchair philosophers, it's something essential for you and not just others. It's not something that will just burn on its own. It's something you've been given, and in spite of all the pain, it's still up to you to fan it into flames. And if hope were a rope, you've still got to climb, and if you won't, you don't, and if you don't, you won't, and if you don't hope, you won't find the answers you might, and it might hurt to admit that this is the best that you've got, but better to admit it than throw away your shot. And if you're not sure what it's all for, you just can't stay here anymore. And we actually spoke a bit more, and in the end we prayed together. And as we parted, I remarked about the weather. And the smile sharked, and he chuckled about fish fingers. And then he remarked to himself, I can't believe I'm still single. And he got into a car, and he drove away out of sight. And as he drove, I wondered how on earth he learnt to drive. And I'm still thinking though about the things that he said, and about the ideas that Simple Shark had put into my head. And I'm still making sense of what happened in that car park, on the day I had a conversation with a great white shark. But that, my friends, is how the story goes. That, my friends, is all I know.
Yay!
Look like it. Oh, doing a battle again.